first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. He'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move couldn't free him. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Dalton, 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Cliff Averill in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Dalton here from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a carry from Mack. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Bengals heading back out there, and last year 7-9. So that meant back-to-back losing seasons for the first time since 2007-08. Now, they were able to knock off 2 teams late contending for the playoffs. They beat Detroit in Week 16, Baltimore Week 17, but I don't know that that's the silver lining Cincy fans are clinging to.
No, not at all. And when you just kind of feel around this team, you sense a rebuild is in order. And that starts on offense. Offensive line, they've got some top-rated draft picks, have to play up to their potential to help out the quarterback, Andy Dalton. They need wide receiver John Ross to catch a football. Didn't catch a single one as a rookie. And they need Tyler Eifert back in form at tight end after some health issues. But on defense, brand new defensive coordinator, brand new structure. They need some of their better players like Carlos Dunlap to come forward and play well.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. 23 yards on the play. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense, Charles, heading out here. And this is a franchise, it's hard to know what to make of them. You know, if they can keep number 12 out there, keep him healthy, you think they're going to be okay. Without him, though, it's really a completely different team, isn't it?
It certainly is, and it feels like a complete makeover in order, and they're trying to get that done. But I remember when they drafted number 12, Andrew Luck, they were predicted to be a last-place team. Instead, they went to the playoffs right out of the gate, first few years of his career. So to me, it comes all the way back to him. His health, if he's able to play all 16 and at a high level, the Colts are automatically transformed.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now Mack. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football. On 3rd down, it's Mack. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Locke. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Locke. Finding room inside the 40. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And finally down at the 32-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Locke to the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Here's Matt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Luck now on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Here's Mack on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you can kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Second down, Dalton. He's going to wind up and air it out. They've got his man complete. 20, 10, 5. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Second and goal from the 1. He'll get it up the middle. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They run for it with Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there, punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals are in for 6. Now Bullock to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 14-7. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw his line. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Carl Lawson in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, here's Love. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run with Mack. And an alley run. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So we've reached halftime here on opening. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. A little juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and it's locked. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, easy. Middle.
Lock. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. 42 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
12. On.
On 1st down, Love. Caught left side by Hilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's a
That's got to feel good for Andrew Luck. His first touchdown pass since New Year's Day of 2017, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the fourth round, That's big-time scouting right there, and what a great play he just made.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Luck now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and the Bengals have recovered it. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. He has still not connected on a single pass in the second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. And 9 yards there on the return following. Punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Ebron caught left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ohio!
We're set on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down, Brissett. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Geno Atkins able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Gun Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. This one from 46 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. got his man. It's Eifert. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Lead! 368!
Dalton now to pass. Airing one out for Boyd. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Ohio!
Throwing, Brissett looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Now it's Hines, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Carry, it's Wilkins. There he goes inside the 30. And a cutback right sideline. And finally taken down at the 15. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Ohio!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Andy Dalton. That will be brought down by the Colts.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Again, it's Mixon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. A big chunk of yardage there. 37 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Mack trying to become the lead dog in this Colts run game. He's back there again on 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll indeed take a knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Colts, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, We want back ends, wipe my sins, They